Hello everyone, we are reviewing Mario Kart World. So first off, we're going to start with Grand Prix. And we're going to be talking about basically different things. This is my favorite combo, by the way. We're going to start off with Mario Circuit. Maybe we'll play a bit more another time with other tracks. But we're just reviewing it, so. This is going to be for people who don't know the game, haven't played Mario Kart yet, ever, or even you just came from Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, and or you're before even buying it. So this is just going to be a review for you, and even before you buy it, after you buy it, there are going to be even maybe some things that you didn't know, or things, it's basically just going to be a review. So I think that the first thing that we're going to explain here is that there are 24 racers, which is much, much more than we've ever had before. And I've only played 2 of the other games from the Mario Kart series, being Mario Kart Wii and Mario Kart 8. And in Mario Kart 8 and Wii, there are, I believe, only 12 racers. So, this game was definitely a big step up from anything other that we've had before. Just because, it is a whole world after all, so they had to make just something new to the game. And with that, there's also different items. As you can see, I got a feather, and I'm just going to jump off here because that is faster than taking a blue shell, I believe. So, as you could probably see from a little bit earlier, I wanted to get on that rail, which is new as well. You can ride on rails. Is I had a feather, and that was only in the battle mode of Mario Kart 8. Now it's just in the base game. It's pretty useful. It's kind of like a first place bad item, but it isn't too bad. It's just kind of like first place gets pretty trash items like bananas and like shells and all that kind of stuff, and now feathers in the back gets like lightning and like bullet bills, and you can see the one person was using a bullet bill on the mini map, so you can see that, which wasn't a change. And as you can see, the characters are just so more cartoon and cool looking from they were before. And nice, I landed on that platform. And also, you could probably see on the mini map that there are new characters and costumes. So costumes were a big thing this game, where basically, each food that you get, which is new, which food basically gives you a slight boost when you eat it, and it also changes your character, or costume. And so, like, for an example, Baby Mario, he can, like, eat his food, and then he turns into, like, Baby Builder Mario, or, like, something like that. Or like Toad turns into Pro Racer Toad. It's just a cool little thing like that. And Mario enemy characters, such as the one I'm playing which is Parabitty which is kind of a long name, but nice, I won. He can't have costumes or like Goomba or like Spike or those kind of ones, or Coin Coffer or some of the ones you see here. Surprisingly, Koopa Troopa can have costumes, which is kind of cool, but most of the Mario enemies cannot. And as you're going to be seeing here, in this beginning cutscene, we are actually driving to the next track, and we are going to do 1 lap on the next track. And so this is a normal thing in Grand Prix, and you can change this by playing versus mode and just doing singular tracks if you don't particularly like it. But it's always nice to have like kind of something new, and not many people like it. Some people like it. It's just kind of like a cool feature. I mean, as you can see here, though, it is kind of plain, where that was just a whole driving completely straight section. So there are some of that on the tracks called intermissions, which are the things where you drive from one track to another. So, if I get enough coins, you could probably tell from one of my earlier races that you can actually have 20 coins, which is very interesting. And with all the new coin items that got added, such as that I have not showed yet, such as coin shell and coin block give you a lot of coins. And I just got hit by an ice flower, which is something that you can tell, where I got kind of frozen and stuff like that happened. So there are quite a few new items, and they just made a lot of like new personality to the game that nothing ever happened, or like that has not happened before. And as you can see here, I'm doing a charge jump. So this is by holding drift, which if you've played Mario Kart 8, you know what button that is. It's ZR, and while you're turning, if you do it completely straight though, you do a charge jump. This is not in Mario Kart 8. And so, that basically allows you to jump. And what that is useful for is, I guess I could showcase it here, if I do it on the wall, I can now wall ride and wall jump. So, those can make you gain speed, they're just pretty cool. Oh, that was actually a good time to get lightning, because now I get an item. Or I guess get hit by lightning. So, yes, I think that, honestly, this game it added, like, a good amount of new. I think the only thing that wasn't amazing with this game is they only added 30 tracks, which may seem like a lot, but if they didn't add a DLC, downloadable content, then it would be pretty, like, plain, just 30 tracks. But there are over 200 intermissions, which is a lot, I know. But those can only be accessed through versus race and creating your custom own, like, driving to the next track. And you can also see that I'm tricking on these poles. I'm not actually just tricking in midair, which is also a new thing. You automatically trick on a pole and it gains you a little bit of height. Not much while you're in flying mode, but it is pretty cool when you're not in midair, and it provided from some pretty cool shortcuts on other tracks. And up here, we are going to, I forget what track name this is, but, Whistletop Summit, that's it. So we're driving from Crown City to Whistletop Summit, and up here, you're going to see that there are these little bags, shiny bags with smiley faces on them. And what this does is, it's a bag, well, with a burger in it, I guess. And this gives you a short boost. Some of them last as long as a mushroom, some don't. I don't think they're as strong as a boost as a mushroom, but they definitely can provide for mushroom shortcuts. Which are very useful, where if you get a mushroom and then you use it off-road, you could skip a little section. For an example, up here, if you were to use a mushroom through there, you'd cut a certain amount of this track. So, food can be used for that, and it can also transform your character. So, I, being Mario enemy, cannot change it to a different costume, but I will showcase pretty much later when we're playing the new mode Knockout Tour, a new character that could transform to a lot of different costumes. And I've unlocked all the costumes, because costumes are unlockable and they appear in the character menu. Which, one quick thing before buying, just know that the costumes, I can't see, are in the menu. Using a costume is kind of bad, because they didn't like make it so that you pick your character and then the costume, like in Mario Kart 8 when you're picking your color like Yoshi or Shy Guy or something. You pick the character and then the color. Now it's literally you pick your character and then you get to the cart. You don't pick the costume on it, which was pretty bad, but I mean, there is a sort category, which at least kind of helps. So up here, I think what I'm happy about is that they did not completely. They did not make all of the tracks, or at least so many of the tracks, similar. Also, you can see that my shell is riding the rail, which is kind of a cool detail, and it makes your shells more, I guess, predictable and easy to know where they're gonna go. Like, look at this. I throw it on the thing, and it turns perfectly on the rail. And so, rails, as far as I know, each cart combo, which in case you don't know, each cart makes you have different stats. And those stats affect how fast you are, how fast your boosts are, and how long they last. Just different things like that. With a rail, your speed for every character and every cart, as far as I know, it is all the same. So, that can make it, like, if your cart is slower on ground, then you can just go onto a rail and you'll be faster. Potentially. I think that's how it works, at least. But I've played I think all the tracks in this game. I haven't played all the intermissions, because that's 200, which is quite a bit. But, and if you've played Mario Kart 8 before, you know that you choose your, character, then your cart, then your wheels, then your paraglider. But they've made it a little less complicated for people who are new to Mario Kart, where you just pick your character and your cart. They do have stickers, which you can see on my cart. It says Parabitty-Bud Construction, which is kind of hard to read because it's small. But those stickers are basically just a little thing that you can unlock, where if you, for an example, do like 100 tricks, which seems like a lot, but when you're playing the game for a while, it is actually not that much. But, oh no, please give me, okay, I got the 2 items. But basically that can give you a sticker. So if, for an example, do 1,000 tricks like that, which is called a trick, which gives you a little boost. That will give you a sticker, and you can put it on your car. It's not noticeable. It doesn't give you any other stats or anything like that, or it's not easily noticeable. It is noticeable. And you might know that coins up your speed. And I'm pretty sure that the first 10 coins are much more important than the last 20. Which is interesting. You may think that, it'd probably make you have this much speed, or I guess, you'd get, a certain amount of speed from each one. Well, actually, if you have 9 coins, it's better, or I guess, the last 20 are less important. So you really got to focus on getting your coin count up, and then once it's around 10, you're probably good. And you might know that if you get hit, you lose a couple coins. So keep in mind of that. And also, I think this is one of my favorite tracks, just because, it's pretty cool having Robot DK being, or I guess a reference to the arcade game where DK's throwing barrels at you and stuff like that. And why they made him Robot DK and they gave this whole stage a new look, is because they have DK in the game, so they couldn't make they had to make him a robot or something like that. And which is a cool detail. And this is I will not spoil any of the main game things, but just for any of you who has bought the game and haven't cleared all the tracks, there's just a little something waiting for you if you clear all the tracks. And so whether you've bought this game or you haven't, it's definitely a very fun time. And I think that since this game does cost $80, unless you got the Switch 2 plus this game bundle, but since this game does cost $80, if you think you're gonna have 80 hours of fun in this game, then it's worth it, because that's $1 an hour, and that if that seems worth it to you, then you should get it. And so I got this game mostly just because I thought I'm a Nintendo fan, and I thought this would be a great thing to start off my YouTube channel, which this is my first video, and we will be making more content about Mario Kart World and the new game Donkey Kong Bonanza pretty soon. That's all I got for you. There will be a part 2 of this, and I hope you have a beautiful day ahead of you, and goodbye.